Welcome back to the Buds in the Box YouTube channel. Before we get started, make sure you guys enter the giveaway. All the details will be in the description below, but all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment which jersey you want. So now let's get into the question of the day. Are the Buffalo Sabres the worst NHL team of all time? Jude, what are your thoughts?
Well, to begin, we just had a video pretty recent on this. It wasn't in the past couple of days, but it was fairly recent. And us as a group, we're not big on the Sabres, so we missed out on a couple of things to touch on, and I'm just gonna get to them now. So despite thinking that they made a few good moves in the offseason, no one was gonna say, okay, this is a cup contending team, but you know what I mean in that kind of sense. We thought they could have changed their ways maybe, and now they're making history in a way you don't want to make it. Um, and also we got a little bit of criticism in terms of not knowing the coaching staff. I wouldn't say it's common sense for the average human to know the Buffalo Sabres coaching staff. I do now. Ralph Kruger has recently been fired. I think it was at the 14 games. And wow, that changed everything because they're now losing 16 games straight. So I just wanted to personally put that out there and say nothing's changed. Now they have an intern head coach. So that was a great move by their general manager because that changed everything up. And you know what? Aiko being out doesn't help. Their goalie's not making saves doesn't help. But they're moving around and they're using an AHL goalie right now, Tokarski. You know what? They're a wreck right now, and no one has chemistry. No one has anything going there. So I'm gonna let you guys go more in depth in the overall team. Go ahead, Felly.
Yeah, you kind of reminded me of this. I was on TikTok today. I saw this really funny video, and basically it was the Buffalo posted like, you know how every NHL team has like a YouTube channel and they'll post like little montages or whatever
Mm-hmm.
of like the off season or like the trade deadline or like just a biography on a player or whatever. So it was like the Sabres YouTube channel and it was their off season, and the general manager is talking to the coach in this room, and he goes, this move picking up Hall, we're not just going to be playoff contenders. We're basically a cup contender. And then the guy at the end of the TikTok, he goes, well, this aged well. And it was just funny. But I mean, they're not obviously, I don't think they're the worst team in history for many reasons. There have been worse Leafs teams than this team. First of all, I mean, just in like the 2010s, like alone, there's been worse teams. This team, like when you have Eichel as your top line center, you can't be that bad. I mean, he's injured right now, and yeah, he's been playing pretty bad, but he's still Jack Eichel. Like he's still good. They still have like a decent core. Like Reinhardt's not too bad. Eichel still has a point per game. Like Hall, he's still a good player. Like people, they're selling him short right now, but he's still a good player. Like their first line and their second line aren't like terrible, and they still have future with Cousins and stuff like. So I'm not gonna say that they're the worst team ever because that's definitely an overstatement. And there's been worse losing streaks than this. The Pittsburgh Penguin
They're getting close
0-3-1.
though.
They are getting close, but it's still not the worst, and I don't think they're the worst team in history. I mean, that's a lot to say. So
Yeah.
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 Well, can I just intervene there, Eric? Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple things to say right here. Is I forgot to put in my input. Felly's, I agree with Felly here. They are. I don't think they're the most losingest and worst team in the NHL history. Um, just I think they're in a rut right now. There's Eichel being out. Their big names are like they're playing well, but that like I'm pretty sure Reinhardt's their leading scorer right now with 11 goals. And what is that doing in however many games, right? And also they play Philadelphia in the coming games. And with their two goaltenders right now, they could break this streak. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to chip that in just in terms of schedule wise. Or Philadelphia's kryptonite is New York. It's one or the other, and we'll find out sooner than later. But yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Eric.
I guess because you guys said like, oh, they might not be the worst team of all time, and that is true. Statistically, they are not the worst team of all time. But I will come from a more statistical approach here, I just wrote a few things down, but um, just like I've been watching the Buffalo Sabres quite a bit from their losing streak, and the reason is because it's literally it's entertainment, right? I've started to every time I see a Buffalo game, I just put it on and watch it because it's fun to see them lose. Like they're kind of like on a historical run, like breaking the record of losing, and I kind of want to witness that. But and I don't want to beat a dead horse while they're down, but I kind of have to do this. Um, I believe that the Buffalo Sabres are and will be the worst team of all time in the NHL, and this is why. The team is just bad overall. Like they have no chemistry between their players, and on paper it seems good, but it's not. Their defense can't defend. Their offense can't score, and their goalies can't make a save. Um, their front office is a mess. Like Jude said, they fired their head coach, and that did absolutely nothing. They've been playing worse. Those 2 games against Pittsburgh have been the worst hockey I've ever seen play.
You know what's interesting
Yeah.
is it has the same ownership as
The Bills.
the Bills, and the Bills are really good. So it's weird because if the owners, like the Bills have one of the best GMs in the league, if not the best GM in the league. And now we're veering off to the NFL, but and obviously I'm biased because I am a Buffalo Bills fan, but yeah, the Bills have an amazing front office, amazing coaching, really good team, and then the same owners, the Pagulas, are also the owners of the Sabres. So it's weird because they should be kind of, almost interchangeable, especially because they have the pieces. They've got Eichel and Hall. Like Hall's a good player. Don't sell them too short, and they've got the the prospects and the players. The front office is just horrible. It's
Maybe they
just
care
so
more about
weird.
the
It's weird. It's just they've spent all their money on the Bills, and that's it.
Yeah, like
I'm happy with that though. So
the Bills are good, but it costs the Sabres, right? I saw that the other day. I thought that was
yeah,
funny.
I saw that. It was a TikTok or a meme or something. It was
Yeah.
like,
And then
yeah, the Bills are so good. What did it cost you or something? And then they were
Yeah.
like, oh, the Sabres.
yeah, the Thanos thing, but just some statistics just to kind of, I guess, change your guys' opinion. Like, I know it's not going to. I'll play the devil's advocate, but this is how bad they are. So they have more. They've been shut out more times than they have wins on their record. And you guys were saying you mentioned the win percentage or the wins. Maybe they're statistically not the worst team, but they statistically are the worst and lowest win percentage team in the salary cap era. And they have won 18% of their games. So every time they play, they have an 18% chance of winning. And that ranks 8th all time as the lowest win percentage from a team. And it will continue to fall, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, those are just some statistics that show,
Well,
and we'll find out by the end of the season.
you're also looking like Eichel's injured, so they automatically your star player isn't playing.
Yeah,
And
but
when
he
he
played for most of
is,
the 16 games that they've
and when
lost.
he is, he wants out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not playing to his full potential. He doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
So you've got that like weighing over you. And listen, if you're the Sabres at this point, trade away your best assets right now, and just try and build a new team around like Cousins and whatever. Grab some goalies. I'm sure they have a ton of cap space, and they can trade Eichel for just about anyone other than McDavid or McKinnon or Matthews or Draisaitl. So you got to look at it like that. I mean, that those are the top 5 centers in the league, right? So he is up there. He's one of the top 5 centers in the NHL. But it's just depending on what Buffalo wants to do. I can see that could be another video we could do. Honestly, is seeing maybe some Eichel trades.
Yeah, for sure.
Depending on contracts and everything, we can't kind of come up with them on the spot, but we could come up with some, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'll just say a little thing to Sabres fans, a glimpse of hope before we end this. But before we do end this, do you guys have any final thoughts on the Sabres?
No, I mean we
Go-
covered most of it.
Go
No.
Bills.
Pardon?
I said go Bills.
Alright,
Hey,
well,
that's your glimpse of hope right there, Sabres
yeah,
fans.
I-
Don't worry.
exactly.
You still have the Bills. It's
Look
okay.
to the other sport.
see, it
Sorry?
could.
Look to the other sport.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Buffalo Bisons. Yeah, the
The
Jays
AAA
double
team?
A team. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah, double A
triple A team.
Yeah. But
Well.
before we end this, I'll give Sabres fans just a little hope. I mean, for the past 5 years, you guys have been through it all. You've gotten hope with Jack Eichel and lost that. But looking at the future, I'd say this is the lowest of lows. If you hit that 18 game losing streak, that's the lowest of lows. And it can only go up from there. It can't get worse. So you
Well,
have things to look forward to.
that's exactly it. It doesn't get worse than that. So,
Yeah.
and you have to look at it like, if they are the last place team in the NHL, they're terrible. They have a first overall pick coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know,
lottery changes too. So they're most likely to
look
get
at look at it like the 2015 Leafs versus the 2016 Leafs. You get that franchise guy, and everything changes.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly like the prospect rankings right now. Buffalo probably wouldn't
No one
benefit
does.
much. Sorry?
No one does. No one knows
Yeah.
prospects right now.
Well, Owen Power is supposed to be the first overall
Yeah.
best
Yeah,
guy,
Owen
but
Power
the Sabres
there.
wouldn't really benefit from Owen Power if you ask me. So they could probably use a skilled forward more, but you got to take the best available guy. So
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Owen Power, Brent Clark paired up with Rasmus Dahlin or even Ristolainen.
yeah, when it gets maybe when it gets closer to the draft, after the season's over, we'll do a draft video.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll come
We'll
up with our
definitely do
top 10 or top 5 or whatever. So
Yeah, and I guess we'll end it there. We'll end it there. So thank you guys for watching the video, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Enter the giveaway, and we'll see you guys next time. Spin the buds in the box. Bye for now.